Back into Pioneer Arena, where the Pioneers have knocked off Carson-Newman 73-69. He's just told me he's picked up his 200th career coaching win. JT Burton. What a win! What a game to get it in too. This had a little bit of everything, and the return of Trenton Gibson. But overall, this is what a rivalry is all about.
It's unbelievable. I mean, because Trent has been out. He hasn't practiced for a little while yesterday, and hats goes off to Michael Davis, our trainer, and then those guys, the training staff, because they got him well. And then Trent, he kind of met with me today. He's like, "Coach, how long will you let me play?" And I said, "We're going to let this play out." And he did a really good job.
Needed him tonight too, for sure. I love what we did, kind of some glue stuff. We got off to a really good start, but then just 0 for 13, just a peak and valley that we don't typically have. We usually have somebody to end that. 0 for 13, and you put him in, and he ended that 0 for 13 drought, and I think he just kind of took off from there.
Yeah, he did. I mean, that's what he does for us. I mean, these last two games, we needed that presence of just calm, get us into something, a big shot, or a big assist, or a big, he took a charge. So, with that being said, we needed that. You can't know KJ Crump, and that kid right there with Trent. They kind of offset each other. Now we just got to get James going. We made a couple threes, and we got to get Jalen Crowder going. But Trent Gibson he's everything, man. I can't lie. That kid right there, he won the game for us. Along with everybody else.
That's unbelievable. We're going to get into all of that kind of stuff. Just some uncharacteristic things for what you have gone through. Rebounding hasn't gotten off to the great start. Haven't been getting to the free throw line tonight. Rebounds are up, and we got to the free throw line.
Yeah, the one reason why I know the offensive rebounds is going to be down is because the way our offense is running a lot of 5 out, and especially the offensive rebounds. So the guys came to me, notice we play man-to-man.
Yeah.
He was like, "Coach, we got a long run, and it's hard for us to grasp. Can we go man-to-man?" I was like, "Yeah." And my assistants kind of, we went over some defensive coverages. So hats off to my assistants as well, to talking into it, coaching these guys, doing some individuals. But then, we stepped out there, man, and got to the line a lot more, because the last two games, it was 33-45 the other way, and we only shot 10. Tonight, you go free throws, it was 19 for 29, and we was 18 for 29. So, there's some things we did a really good job of adjusting and driving the ball, and just not. Justin Mitchell did a really good job.
Yeah, we're going to get into a lot about what's going on there. Trying to teach an old dog new tricks. This is a zone guy. Here's a zone guy, and you're trying to go, man, we saw a little bit of that at the end of the year last year, and you refused to do it.
Yes.
But we saw a lot more man-to-man for sure. All right, the new guys tonight, William Vetter, for sure, he kind of holds everything together there early for this Pioneer team, and KJ Crump. You have him at the end of the game, on the floor in big-time roles, and two new faces for us, for me, and two guys making some huge impacts in this game.
Yes, I mean, William Vetter, this kid has been to tournaments, he's been in multiple tournaments, at his former school. So he's understanding, he knows what it takes. I got to get him to rebound it, but he had 9 rebounds. That's the best. He's getting better. And then KJ Crump, what about that kid? He does a really good job. He's a fighter. I mean, like, late in the game, they drove him with the bigger player, and he just, he does little things like that. And that kid right there, his heart is unbelievable, and it was big between those two.
They took a lead, Carson-Newman, in the second half, and then our old standby guys. Anadi Legis comes in, really settles down some things, gets a couple of rebounds, second looks. Justin Mitchell crashed the glass like I'm used to seeing him crash the glass, but there was a purpose with what he was doing, especially in that second half. Those two guys, I think, along with Brandon Mitchell, got a couple of shot blocks, I think, made a difference in that second half surge for us.
Yeah, we kind of went small, and we put Justin at the 4 because we was kind of stagnant the first half. After we stopped making threes and making shots, we missed 13 in a row. So coming out the second half, we try to run go to a 2-guard front, and then my assistant, Justin Chartrand, he says go zone motion like we used to run, zone motion, and put Justin at the 4. And it helped because he snuck in the middle, and he's able to drive, and he does a really good job of kicking the ball. So with Justin Mitchell, he had 8 points, 10 rebounds, and that helped.
And he made a huge drive. You pull up in the lane, little teardrop floater late in the contest, which was big. E.J. Bush was killing us. He was scoring at will. They were penetrating. They were driving in that second half. And I don't think there was anything changing that you did or do anything, but I think Justin Mitchell took the challenge to take E.J. Bush.
Justin Mitchell is an elite defender when he wants to, and he's going right there. He's so strong, and he does a really good job of keeping him, letting him get to his spot. But the one thing we did is challenge E.J. Bush on the defensive end, and that kid is really good. He's a really good player. And he does something we can't stop. But what we're doing, instead of settling for threes, we went right at him on the offensive end.
Coach, this is the first conference game of the year, and we had this craziness that went on. I mean, the ending, the way it went down, and Trenton Gibson, just the emotion that he displayed. I know it's been frustrating not to be out there with the team of the first couple of games, but his emotion in the game is something that I'm going to reflect on and look at and think maybe his emotion alone won this basketball game.
That kid did a really good job of coaching, because he always told me, I don't want to be a coach.
Yeah.
And I told him those 2 games, he said, I said, you're going to have to do something you've never done before. Because he said, I'm sorry when he got hurt. I was like, man, no, we don't apologize. Look what you've done for this program in school. So his emotion, we've been trying to get it out of him for 3 years. And he said, Coach, I'm going to be a little mean. I was like, it was good. And when he does that, it's just, I tell him, just keep it channeled within us. Don't go in. And he did a really good job of doing that. That kid right there, it's unbelievable what he done and what he does.
It's a win against a rival in Carson-Newman, but, this is a tough stretch to start the year. Catawba on the road, Limestone-wise. These are nothing is going to be easy in this league. There's no question about it. But is this something, did you see a little glimpse of this the first couple of games, and did it kind of all come together? You still need to see a little bit more?
We still need to see a little bit more because we got to come together. We got to gel. We got to mesh. We got to still figure out some lineups, what to do, because guys got to understand that they got to play hard. And the biggest thing is, to me, these kids can guard. That's what I tell them. You can defend. Can score. But if you can't defend, I'm not playing you. Yeah. That's why, James West, it's going to go untold. When I put him back in the game, I was a little frustrated in the first. The late in the second half, he did a phenomenal job on the defensive end.
Yeah.
And that's not going to go unseen. You saw me go seen, and he got that block towards the end. And I know you got to go, but what about the fans and having fans?
Awesome, yeah.
This is something that I've dreamed of since we've been here, is try to make this atmosphere unbelievable. So thanks to all the fans. Thanks everybody for coming, especially band.
JT Burton win 200, gets it against Carson-Newman, where he's now won 4 of the last 5 against the Carson-Newman Eagles. Some final thoughts when we come back. Your final, Tusculum 73, Carson-Newman 69. As you listen to Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.